Hello, welcome to episode 2 of the French House. I'm here at the Stoffer Design offices. We have our resource library behind us, and all of our designers are busily working in front of me at their desks. But I thought I would walk through with you the whole floor plan of the first floor of the French house and explain the as-is conditions, and then show you my process of how I then work through and figure out how the floor plan should change. Welcome to the first floor of the French house. This is the as-is conditions before we have done anything. One of the things that I just loved about the house was when you walk in the front door, there is this perfectly centered line from the front door all the way through the garden window to this really beautiful feature outside. So that is something that I think is really important to maintain. But let me just walk you through the house. You come in the front door. To the right is the living room with a really pretty fireplace and beautiful windows to the exterior yard. Coming back into the entry, turning left, this is where the breakfast nook is, and it's open to the kitchen. Sinks under the window, and here's the cabinetry. Walking through the end of the kitchen, here's the garage door. Little back hall. There's a pretty cramped butler's pantry. There's cabinetry in the hall, cabinetry here, windows, a little powder room, and a narrow entryway to get back into an area where there was original built-in cabinetry from 1951, and then subsequently a washer and dryer were built into the space right here. Okay, coming back out into probably the prettiest room in the house, the garden room. Has double doors out to the patio and yard, and double doors leading into the room. There's a dead end right here. Come back out, and there's two ways to get into kind of what this is, a double bedroom, double suite. You can either go all the way back into the living room and in a door this way, or you can go through what I call the claustrophobia hall. It is narrow and low ceilings and feels very claustrophobic. There's cabinetry here. You can go into the primary bedroom, into a little hallway here, into some built-in cabinetry here. Here is where the closets are, and then into a also very small bathroom. Tiny shower stall, toilet, and sink in the corner. Coming back out, there's another small bedroom. It's like 12 by 11. It has a closet and very small bathroom, but sink, toilet, and shower. And that is the original first floor of the French house. The way I like to figure out how to space plan a house like this is that I always want to make sure that I keep as many exterior walls and windows as possible. And in the case of this house, we actually want to keep all the walls and windows exactly where they are, not move them at all. And so what I do is I draw the exterior walls as is, making note of where windows are, and also making mental notes of sill heights of windows. This is a small enough height house where I can, and I've been there enough, where I know the sill heights of all the windows by memory. But if it was big and I needed help remembering, I would write sill heights, and window sill heights is a big thing over here in the margin. But right now, I just go through the entire house and draw all the exterior walls that aren't going to change, and the windows and doors. So now I have all the exterior walls and windows and doors drawn, as well as structural items that I'm keeping, like staircases, the fireplace, and noting where the bearing wall is. Then I go through my what if phase, and I imagine, what if this works? And I will often just play around and imagine the space in the way that the family that I'm working for wants to live. I have my laundry list of all of their needs and desires and hope-fors, and then I just start thinking through the best way to imagine the house according to those needs. And so what I came up with for the French house is, you come in the front door and you keep the living room exactly the shape it is and the fireplace in its location. And then you come left to here to what is now going to become a private office. We'll put a wall right here. There's a little closet in this corner for a printer. We'll keep the door just where it is. And now this is going to be a great place for a private office in the corner of the house. And so if we go over here now by the garage entrance, there's the door to the garage. We're going to open this up quite a bit so that it feels good coming in from the garage. You're going to look in and see what's now going to be, this is the door to the outside. Now this is going to be the back kitchen, scullery, pantry. We're going to put cabinets on 3 sides, lots of storage. We'll put a sink under the window so that like a second sink in the house is so helpful and important for a family right by the back door. And all of this is going to be great storage. And then a big improvement is also going to be over here in what's going to become now the mudroom. So we're taking out these walls and taking out this cabinetry. We'll build a bench in here, like a mudroom bench. There'll be lots of hooks on the walls. We'll keep the powder room right where it is. It's a great location. And then back here, we'll put the washer and dryer. Put a hanging rack above it for clothes, and there'll be a countertop on top of the washer and dryer for folding. And then we'll extend this exterior wall and make a large built-in closet, walk-in closet with double doors. We're actually going to use the doors that were over here in the garden room and bring them over to this space. This will be a big walk-in closet. Now, coming back into this space, this is where a lot is going to happen. We are going to remove the wall that was at the end of the garden room and build a brand new wall right here, bringing it all the way down. We're going to remove this bearing wall and put a piece of steel in to hold that up. What that gives us is we're now widening the kitchen by like 3.5 feet. And we'll make this area, the kitchen, open to this beautiful garden room. This is an exciting use of space. We'll put the kitchen sink under the window. We'll bring cabinetry all the way around here. We'll line where the end of that cabinetry is and put another, so it's a perfect U shape. We'll put the refrigerator here, an island here, nice size island, seating, and we'll center the range on the island. We'll build out this corner for a little surprise I'll show you later. And then now this is completely open to this room where we'll put a table, chairs, round dining chair. There's probably room for a little seat. This is that cute closet. We have an opportunity here, and this is exciting. We're going to be putting in a coffee bar right here with a fridge and a sink and room for cups and glasses and things like that. So this now is going to be such a wonderful open space, but wait, there's more. Because what if we open up the living room to this space so this can become conversational? So we are going to remove all of these walls in this area, put a little wing wall here so we keep our corner. That's always nice to have a corner. We'll put a little wall right here so that we can have an actually cased opening here. Should be so nice. But look at what's happening. Look at this orientation. This is a beautiful now space for the family to use. And now what we have left to work with is this whole space for the family to use as a primary suite. I saw that these 4 windows on the corner that overlook the backyard are all the same sill heights. So what I think we're going to do here is make this the bedroom. Center the bed on the south wall, plenty of room for nightstands on each side. This area with this really pretty window will become the walk-in closet. I'll show you in a minute. We're going to get a bedroom wall here for the TV. This beautiful square room that was the office is going to become the primary bathroom. So we're going to see where this window is here. So we have a center line right here. We're going to put a tub under the window. We'll put a shower on this side with a door to get in, a toilet room on this side with a matching door to get in. These will be double doors leading in, centered on the tub, which leaves us the opportunity to put 2 vanities. Look at where this window lies. It's right in the hallway, giving great light. 2 vanities. Look at that. Over here, this is the new way in to the bedroom. You see this? Remember I told you to wait, there's a little something we're going to do with that. This is going to be a luggage closet. And we are going to have a little office right here, which the wife needed just a small space. I'm going to close this up right here. This is the new way into the actual bedroom part of the suite. And then around this wall is going to be a walk-in closet, which meets their needs. You know, some people have a lot of needs for closets. Some people have not so much. They didn't have so much, so this worked out really well because what they wanted was a really big bathroom. But this is our new layout, and I am so excited about it and think it's going to work so well. What we have accomplished is an open space with a open living, dining, kitchen, a back space that services the family with laundry and mudroom, a back kitchen, a private home office, a second home office, and a whole primary suite to have it live in such a modern way for this family. And I think it's a huge success and win, and I'm excited to get started. With plans in place, the next step is demo. Hi everybody, I am at the French house and I have a great update for you. Last time we were here, we had not done anything, but there's been a lot done. Dale and our son Dan are in there demoing and getting very close to being done. And then we have some other updates, particularly something very strange and interesting regarding HVAC. So come with me. Okay, I want to show you what's going on, but I also want to introduce you to someone so important. Dan, my son, is running this whole job, and right now he's doing some of the demo. But let's come on in and meet Dan. Dan, are you in here?
Yeah. Hey, how's it going?
Okay. It's good.
Sorry, just finishing up with the HVAC guy over there.
All right, you guys, this is Dan.
Hello. She's hugging me even though I'm filthy right now.
I know. It's because you're lovable.
Wow. Thank you very much.
But Dan is running this job because he is running our whole division of Stoffer builds. Fully minted or newly minted builder's license. And
very exciting.
Very exciting. And you are getting yourself dirty here.
You're
learning from hands-on.
Every house is different, so it's fun to get behind the walls and see what they actually did.
Yeah. So I'm excited that you're doing this because I think it's very fun working with you kids, not just sitting at desks, but actually in the field, learning things together, finding out what it's like finding out things together. So I thought we would walk through the whole project today.
Absolutely.
In the same order that we walked through when we were telling everybody about it for the first time. This used to be the breakfast room. This used to be the kitchen, which is no longer. We took everything out of here. We're preparing for this to be the back kitchen. And then coming in from the garage here, this used to be the butler's pantry.
I still need to take out this guy as well.
Yeah, and actually this whole thing.
Yeah, so we got a fair amount of demo to do here still.
Yeah. But with all these cabinets out of here, and this goes all the way back to here, this is going to be a much better space for laundry and for storage.
And I think now with the ceiling come out and we can take the furring strips out, we'll get a few more inches of space on the ceiling in here as well.
That's good. That's great. All right, let's go to the garden room. Okay, now the garden room.
This is the area where most of the magic has happened so far.
Yeah, you've done so much work in this area. I mean, that looks kind of the same, but this whole area is just filled with, actually emptied of all of those walls. Yeah, so the garden room now is going to be completely open to what we're going to make the kitchen.
Yes, we're gaining another 10 feet of space in this area.
Right. Taking out this wall, Dan, it's huge. And I know we're still waiting to take out this because this is a bearing wall. You should explain why this wall is all stripped but still here.
The reason why this wall remains is because without this wall, the house would probably collapse on itself.
Okay,
this is our major bearing wall, which
in the
is
entire house.
In the entire house.
Yeah, okay.
So we have to protect this, but also we need to remove it at some point.
Yeah, so we have a plan for that.
We do have a plan. It will be labor intensive, but we're gonna do it.
Yeah, so it involves steel.
It involves steel, it involves concrete, it involves young
Posts.
strapping men.
Yes.
So.
We will watch that. We will make sure we capture that. But this is very cool because, this is the kitchen, but now there's gonna be, what I love about opening that up to what's really the family room now is it's gonna be so family friendly. Now, it's not a completely open concept plan by any means.
No.
But there's like rooms that can interact with each other but still remain differentiated, which I love.
Yeah, it's almost like there were a lot of rooms at first and they were smaller.
Yeah.
And now we're finding ways to reorient them to make them a little bit more conducive for this family.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so speaking of small rooms, we also had really small, narrow hallways in a lot of places, which was, I think, a design thing that we wanted to address.
Yes.
And already it's getting better. Even, just opening up, taking out all these built-ins here and opening this up. And obviously this wall is going away and this room is being incorporated into here. But this already feels better right here, don't you think?
I don't really know what purpose the hallway had.
You know what I think it had? I think it was the access point for all of this, the whole in-ceiling heating, radiant heating system, because they needed access to all that. Look at all those valves.
Yeah, no one wants to deal with
That's
that.
a flood waiting for a place to happen, if you ask me.
Especially when it's a head above drywall. How do you get someone to crawl up there and work on it?
Right, there was not even an access panel. Oh, scary.
But okay, this is all coming out, but this is, you know, we're now open to what will become the primary bathroom. And we're having doors open right here in the middle. I'll go through over here so we can, but the one thing that I just love about this new plan that you've been able to really help me envision by opening it all up is that this is a great spot for the bedroom.
Oh, yeah.
Just a great spot with the backyard, the side yard.
We have some nice morning light here too. Like this is the southeast corner of the home.
Ah, that's right, Dan. So the sun's gonna come up here.
Sun's gonna come up here, and then the living room, and when people hang out, it's on the west side of the house, so you'll have it more in the evening time.
I love that. Yeah. Obviously, we're putting some walls back in here, but in different places.
In different places.
So clearing all this out is really great. And the only other part of the space here that we haven't talked about today is the living room, which is pretty much staying the way it is, except for the fireplace wall is having some opening changes. And the front hall, which is really not experiencing any changes at all. So that's it for today.
That's it for today.
So Dan, next up, after all your demo is done, it looks like you've already got some HVAC.
A lot of the HVAC is through, so with the whole new system, it'll be in place in the next 2 weeks.
Fabulous. Okay, stay tuned. All right, well, thanks for coming along on episode 2 of The French House. And remember, if you want to see every episode like this, and subscribe to our channel at Stoffer Home.